Hi, I'm Mark Tyler. I'm a Bassmaster Elite Series angler. I grew up in California and spent most of my fishing heritage in California learning how to fish swim baits. Swim baits is something I want to talk to you a little bit about today because although swim baits may have started on the West Coast, as an Elite Series angler, I fish all over the country, and I've learned how to fish these baits in areas all over the country, including the East Coast, places like Potomac, Smith Mountain, places I would have never had the opportunity to fish if it wasn't for touring on the Bassmaster Tour. But I've learned how to be successful, take these swim baits and adapt them to these types of situations and be successful with them. So I kind of want to invite you into my swim bait box today, show you 3 of the different types that I mainly use, where I may use them, when, and just give you a good introduction so when you see all those swim baits on the shelf that you're going to start seeing these days, because it is one of the most popular hot baits on the market right now, so you're going to see tons of them in the tackle store. Just want to give you an idea of what you're looking at and one you may be able to pick out that you could use on your home body of water. First swim baits out started have a lot of lead poured in the head. This is an Optimum Original series. This is a big bait. This is one I'm probably only going to use in California, somewhere where I'm looking for a big 10-pounder. Now this Optimum Original series though comes in different sizes now. It comes from anywhere from 2 inches to 12 inches. This would be about an 8-inch, a 4-inch, even all the way down to a little 2-incher. And it's hard to imagine this is a swim bait and this is a swim bait, but it is the same bait, different sizes. Now, when I fished Smith Mountain Reservoir last year in the Bassmaster Elite Series, I used this particular swim bait. This Optimum Original has a lot of lead poured right inside the head, so it's somewhat of a heavy bait, and that enables me to fish it relatively deeper. On highland-type reservoirs, such as Smith Mountain, clear water, deep water, and not much cover that get hung up on, this Optimum Original is a great choice because the hook out the back has really good hookup ratios, and it has one of the more phenomenal actions in swim baits. Really good for casting up around docks, fishing 8 to 10 feet of water. Something in the 4 to 5 inch range is typically what I use mostly around the country for lengths with average size fish where you may be trying to catch a 3 to 4 or 5 pound fish. You really need swim bait. But the problem is it's restricted to relatively open water because of the hook. When I need to fish heavier cover, throwing inside a heavy weed mats, grass, around flooded brush. Anytime I'm fishing shallow water situations where I need to throw swim baits around heavy cover, I need a swim bait that I can Texas rig, a bait that doesn't have any exposed hook. And when I need that situation, I go to ones like possibly the Bass Tricks minnow. Very, very popular bait right now. There's a lot of other good baits that are also on the market. This is a 316 minnow. These baits don't have any lead cast inside the plastic. They're weightless. They're made to fish a lot shallower than the previous mentioned Optimum swim bait. So what I like to do is you can fish these baits with a hook, 5 to 6/0 EWG, rig it weightless. If you want to do that, it's going to stay on the surface to maybe 1 feet maximum. What I typically do is take an EWG hook that has lead already cast onto the bottom portion of the hook. And this is going to enable me to run this bait 2 to 3 feet deep, and it's also going to allow the bait to track better. A little bit of that weight on the belly is going to help this bait swim and increase its action. So use a weight or a hook with a little bit of weight on it. These are made by Falcon Lures. These have been some of my favorites, 5 and 6/0. Now the one thing you're going to have to do, let me give you a quick tip. When you get a swim bait and you have a hook that has weight on it, and you go to Texas rig it, don't pull that hook all the way through the nose because that weight is going to rip out that nice new fancy bait you just bought. So what I like to do is just take the hook, start a little bit of a hole in the nose, and then take the hook and thread it back through the nose. Now tie your line to that hook and then pull the hook back in. Let that hook rest just on its back where it won't snag you, but it's ready to come through when you got a bite. That's a a good little tip that'll save you from ripping the nose out of these soft plastic weedless swim baits. And there's many varieties to choose from now, and you're only going to see more and more as the popularity of these baits increase. But these are two of my favorites. The Optimum Original, fishing anywhere in open enough water that it'll allow me. This is one of the best baits as far as the action, but when I have to get a bait into heavier cover that I'm going to need the Texas rig, I like baits like the Bass Tricks or this 316 minnow. And I hope this will help you decipher some of the choices when you see all these baits up on the wall of your local tackle store. And I want to just stress to you that you should really give these a try and build confidence in them. They're one of the hottest baits in the country for a reason. It's because they're deadly successful. They have a swimming profile and action unlike anything else, and I know they'll get you a lot of bites on your home body of water, so give them a try.